There we go. We're good now. Sorry about that. But how do you lose weight when you're traveling? And it's actually pretty simple for the most part. I wanted to go through a couple things that would help you out though. Number one, you got to find some high protein options. Most of the time what happens when we're traveling is we don't plan, and then therefore we end up going to eat out, which isn't a bad thing. You can eat out and still lose weight, but we'll eat out and end up blowing our calories completely out of the water, and it just messes everything up. So you really have to plan a little bit more when it comes to you traveling. So that's the first thing, is actually plan your meals out. And how I do that is I will go to, well, for me, since First Form has protein sticks, I will take protein sticks and just eat those. It's super simple. It's not that difficult. But I'll have those. I'll have protein bars. I will typically bring a protein powder with me as well. That's something that I will do, which keeps me on track quite a bit. And that's the main thing. It's like I'll just intake those. If I'm falling short on protein, I'll still typically go eat out. And I just try to make a good choice when I go to eat out. What I'll typically do is I will, for one meal, I'll do my best to pick something that has more protein on it, and it's not going to be super high in carbs and fats, and that just keeps me from blowing out my calories and everything like that. Then also what I'll make sure I do is track my food consistently. This is something that I do pretty much daily. There'll be days that I don't do it, but when I travel, like this past weekend, I still track my food because I need to know how much am I consuming. That's going to help out with my performance, since I was doing about 6 workouts over the course of the weekend. So I gotta make sure I did that. Then if I'm trying to just look good, let's say it's just for my physique and nothing else, well then I'm really, some days I'm going to track more loosely though. I'm not going to be really strict about it. And in my opinion, unless you're going to do a bodybuilding competition or something like that, you really just shouldn't stress out about it that much, especially if you have a week vacation. Okay, do your best 80% of the day, but then after that, just enjoy yourself. Like, don't get bent out of shape about it. Do what you can. Because when you get back from the vacation, just get right back on track, and you're going to be headed right back in the right direction again. Typically, when you travel, what will happen is you will typically gain some weight. There will be your body will hold on to more water. You'll have a little bit more inflammation from traveling, especially if you do a beach vacation and you get a sunburn or something like that. That's going to increase your inflammation, which will make the number on the scale higher. So I always suggest when you come back from vacation, don't weigh yourself for a while. Just give it a good week to get back into your routine, and then you're good to go. So that's the first couple things. Is number one, like, really plan things out. Find some like protein sticks, like some beef jerky. Grab some protein bars. Pretty much every convenience store has them. And then also, take a protein powder with you. That's always going to be really good. Then when it comes to eating out, still eat out. Just plan ahead, and pretty much every restaurant's going to have a healthier option. Even if you go to eat out, like if you can go to McDonald's and still find a pretty macro-friendly option if you do it right. So just do those things, and then track your food. Make sure you're still at least hitting your protein. That'd be the big thing. And when I say track your food, I prefer to track it inside the app. Something you could do while you're on vacation is the palm fist method. So you could always just do a palm-sized portion of protein. You could always do a fistful of carbs, and then basically like a certain amount of fats. Like, you don't have to overdo it by any means. So that's always what you can do if you're traveling and don't want to track your macros consistently. Now, other thing that you should really do when you're traveling is, I'm not saying, if you want to, stick to your workout program if you have one, but just at least get some movement in. Go for a walk, an intentional walk, 30 minutes, 40 minutes a day. If you can have access to a gym, which you should be able to, most places have a gym, get a couple workouts in, or do a body weight workout, something like that. That's always the best thing that you can really do to keep yourself on track, and that's really it. You don't have to do more than that, because if you start to stress yourself out and try to stay completely on track, well, one, you're not turning it into a lifestyle, and you're not teaching yourself how to do that, because you're just being very, very, very restrictive. So therefore, it just makes things really difficult. But then also, it makes it where you just don't have fun on vacation, and you should have fun on the vacation. That should be something that you do, because that's the whole purpose of the trip, basically. So, but those would be the main keys. And I saw this past weekend, even though a lot happened, like we had an Airbnb situation, and honestly, like my wife didn't end up staying for the competition because of the baby, and couldn't nail down an Airbnb before my first workout. So she went home, and like I didn't have any food, like no food. I had pretzels and mangoes. That was it. But I had access to a protein powder, and between that and eating out a few times, it squared me away. I was able to find a good meal prep company in the area, and that set me up for success there. They had great meals, really good, super cheap. It was like $10 for a meal, so not that bad. So there's always things you can do to stay on track if you want to. Now, when I got back, did I really enjoy myself? Absolutely. We placed third. So what I did was had a good dinner. So I had some tacos. It was chicken and some cheese, and had some chips and guacamole. Then Amy, my wife, she made a homemade ice cream cake. So I had some ice cream cake, and I didn't stress out about it. It's like, okay, cool, great. I'll just completely get back on track this week. And I have. It's like from here on out, been nailing my macros, completely recovered from the comp, so I'm going to roll back into exercise. So the whole point in going over this is be flexible. Just remember, if you're working to lose weight and you're busy, well, weight doesn't get gained within a day. It's slowly over the course of time, week after week after week after week, and then you lose the weight the same way. It's slowly week after week after week after week. Losing the weight is just harder because you're having to teach yourself habits and different things like that, and it's not easy. I know you'll see things online that say, hey, take this or do this, and you'll lose this amount of weight in this X amount of days. And honestly, it's always hard to say how much weight you're going to lose in a certain amount of time, because it all is dependent upon how much weight do you have to lose, first off. Because if you don't have a ton of weight to lose, then it's going to come off a little bit slower compared to someone that has a lot of weight to lose. Like for me, if you take me and then someone that has maybe 150 pounds to lose, that the person that has 150 pounds to lose, they could drop 3 or 4 pounds in a week. For me, maybe I could do that if I just starve myself, but it's probably going to be coming off around like 1 to 2 pounds a week or something like that. Not even, and if it was 2 pounds, that would be a lot. And that'd be most likely just muscle glycogen stored up. So that's really not body fat. So when it comes to that, just be patient. It's not gonna come off very, very fast, and you have plenty of time to lose the weight. You just gotta stick with it. That's the other side of this. Is I just see a lot of people, they don't lose weight, or they do lose weight, but they don't reach the goal that they want because they just quit. And that's a frustrating piece, at least for me, because I know anybody can lose the weight that they want. It's not hormones holding you back, or you're big boned, or because you're eating a certain food or anything like that. It's just the fact that you can't consistently stay in a caloric deficit for long enough. That's just how it is. And it's the sooner you just settle in and be patient and work at this and go, then you'll be squared away in time. So, but that's what I have for y'all as far as just some tips to lose weight when you're traveling. I mean, focus on finding some beef jerky, some good protein bars, carry a protein powder with you. Make sure you're still tracking your food. Make great choices when you go out to eat, but don't overstress yourself, because you still have to enjoy the vacation. Still, if you want some ice cream, go have some ice cream. If you want some candy, have some candy, and then just get back to it. Still move, like 30, 40 minutes of movement if you can a day. If you have access to a gym, do a couple workouts. Do a body weight workout if you can, and then just have fun. Enjoy life. Life is already too short, so there's no point in stressing ourselves out about trying to stay perfect and stressing ourselves out about things that, like the scale or whatever it is. It's like, yeah, there's way more important things in life than getting bent out of shape about that, when in reality it's like, okay, we're gonna lose the weight in time if we keep going. So that's what I got for y'all. Hope you have a great day. As always, if you need anything, please reach out. I'm happy to help y'all out with anything. And if you liked what you heard, please like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It's because I want to continue to grow this and push out free information to people who are struggling to lose weight, because I don't want other people to have to go through that. So I will see you guys next time.